Hello there, YouTube. Devin here again, and today I have a boot review for you slash everything else, partly restoration video and stuff like that. Now, if you've been following the channel for any amount of time, or have just been looking through my old videos and stuff, you know that the boot videos are now actually probably the third most popular video series behind the canteens and mess kits, and obviously the helmets being the most popular, canteens and mess kits being second most popular. My boot reviews are probably the third most popular because I have, oh god, probably 1,000 fucking pairs of shoes. It's not even funny. I used to, when I was a kid, if you didn't know, my grandfather made shoes, and learned how to make shoes from him and how to treat leather and repair shoes and cobble shoes, hobnail shoes, repair soles, stuff like that. I learned all of that from him. I made shoes as a hobby for a while. Started doing it as a business, did that for about 9 months as a business before I realized I'm not going to do it anymore because it took all the fun away from it when I was doing it as a business. It ruined the hobby for me, and I have made a couple pairs of shoes since then, but for the most part it's just restoring old pairs of shoes. And what we got here for you is, this is actually a 1970s pair of Soviet boots. But this is a pretty odd pair of Soviet boots because they have a weird sole pattern. They're made out of actual leather instead of tarpaulin. If you guys don't know what tarpaulin is, it's kind of like a rubberized plastic sprayed over a cotton canvas that mimics leather but isn't actually leather. But these are actually leather, and they're two different kinds of leather. The toe area is a suede, and the upper panels are a pebbled smooth leather. But other than that, they're pretty standard Soviet boots. But these are more representations of like the World War II style, even though these were made this late. So I was just really kind of puzzled by these. I think this is a Navy pair of boots, but they're almost exact same as the World War II boots, except for the soles on them. So I figured I'd show you guys some ins and outs on these. This leather on this pair of boots is actually so dry, I almost thought these weren't going to be able to be saved, because Soviet storage isn't the best storage out there as far as mill surplus goes. But I'm actually really glad I got these, and I did put a couple layers of mink oil in them to kind of rehydrate the leather because it was very close to not being saved. I did about 3 light layers of that and let it absorb in, turn the heat gun on it, let it absorb in, and it's more supple, but I'm going to have to do more later. So I've been just wearing these around the house for a few days, now just 2 days, letting the mink oil kind of seep through the leather and soften it up a bit, as well as get it form-fitted to my feet. I got insoles in it, what I like to call historic insoles that fit my high arches. It's a cork and suede insole, so it's suede on the top, cork on the bottom. They're made in Israel. Really like them. But here's the sole on them. It's a size 43, which is a 277 millimeter, and I wear between a 275 and a 280, so Soviet size 43 is really perfect for me. Now, as you can see, it's a rubber sole. It's kind of it's not a very aggressive tread pattern on it. It is nailed in place to the midsole and the insole, actually. And then there's a really thin layer leather that it came with, insole, to go over that, just to prevent any of the bent over nails from digging into your heel and stuff like that. But as you can see here, it's a size 43, made by SA. It has the factory mark on it, and right here, it's pretty hard to see, but right above my finger there, it says 76. So these, at least the soles were made in 1976. But here you can see it has a smooth leather heel panel, a suede toe panel, and then the side panels are pebbled leather. So they're not tarpaulin, which is on the inside, you don't see the canvas weave. It's actual leather. The eyelets on it are really in good shape. The rivets on it are in good shape. The seams on them are in good shape. They were really dry and beat up. The soles still have a moderate amount of flex in them. These Soviet rubber soles, though, are, man, they could take one hell of a fucking beating. They're really, really stiff, but they are really, really stiff new. So these can really, really take some punishment before they need to be replaced. And then they're pretty easy to replace if you know a cobbler or anything like that. Really, really glad to have these. They're actually quite comfortable now that I've broken them in. These are a wide size as well, which is good. It's hard to find more of the Soviet surplus in wide sizes. And so far, the only thing I've had to replace on them is the laces. And I have paracord laces in here, which is not how they would have come. They would have come with little chintzy cotton laces. But the cotton laces were just too far gone to use. And when I first tried to tie them just to see if they would fit, broke them instantly. Barely pulled on them, broke them. They just kind of disintegrated. I have some black leather, new 1/8-inch black leather on the way that I'm going to throw in these, but just to break them in around the house, I got some paracord and threw it in there because I have a shit ton of it laying around. But other than that, I don't know much about these boots because I've never seen this configuration before. I have a lot of pairs of Soviet boots because I do Russian reenacting. So I have a lot of pairs of Russian and Soviet boots. I like them. They're not the most comfortable boots out there. They're also not the nicest looking boots. They're meant to take a beating, which is what I like about them. So, but I figured I'd throw this video up here and let you guys take a look at them because a lot of you guys, especially those of you that live over in Eastern Europe, would probably have some more information on these than I do because I've just never seen these before. I'm familiar with a lot of the Army models, and I haven't seen Army models like this since World War II. So unless these were made for a special purpose or if they're made for a different branch of the Russian or Soviet armed forces, I'm not sure. But I figured I'd throw these up here and you guys might be able to help me get some information on them. But I really like, if you followed the channel, you know I really, really like ankle boots. I love ankle boots. Ankle boots are great. They're what I wear most of the time. And black boots are obviously my favorite. The majority of the boots I own are black because black goes with anything. And it's the most common, easiest polish color to find. So I've got like I usually just call Kiwi and order them in like rounds of 100 tins of black shoe polish, and I'll probably be through the last couple tins I have probably by the end of next year. So about every 3 years I can go through 100 tins of black shoe polish just to show you how many shoes I have and how much I enjoy taking care of them. So but I figured I'd throw this video up there, let you guys take a look at these, get your opinions on them and stuff like that. I'm going to use them for reenacting for World War II. I think I'm throwing together a Russian World War II kit because I have a World War I kit. And the natural progression would be on to World War II. So hopefully you guys like this. And if you have any additional information on this pair of boots, leave me a comment. If you have any other questions on any shoes or boots in general or restoring leather, I've helped a couple people who have had questions. I've got a lot of information and experience with the leather. I'm going to need to ask you a lot of questions, though, on how it feels, how it looks. I'm going to need pictures and stuff if you have any questions on that to give you the best outcome when it comes to fixing this stuff. So if you have any questions or stuff like that, you can send me a message on Messenger. My Facebook link is in the comments of a lot of videos that I have. So just find me on there and just send me a private message, and I might be able to help you out. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, user experience, additional information, all that stuff, please leave that in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer those. And I'm so sorry. I promised you guys that I'd be making videos a lot faster. I'm not the biggest sports fan, but if you haven't figured out now, I live in Minnesota, which is where the Super Bowl is. We also have a brand new stadium, and our home team, the Vikings, might be making it to the Super Bowl. So it's a total fucking shitstorm, which me not being a sports fan completely forgot about. So yeah, it's been a nightmare still. So I'm working pretty hard I thought it was going to calm down like most Januaries, but because the Super Bowl's here and it's a new stadium and our home team might be there, it's pretty bad right now. So thank you for bearing with me on that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.